Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another video. The One Good Road here. I have another follow-up video, basically going to be following up from my first video where I initially showed and demonstrated a very full in-depth review on this portable RO water filtration system from ITEHIL. Now, I've been playing around with it for about 9 months now, so getting close to a year, and I wanted to give a more full in-depth review. And recently I've been testing out their new Remineralization filter, which comes directly from them. So previously I was buying a third party, and now they actually stock their own version. The tastes are a little bit different, so we will talk about that a little bit later. I wanted to give you a tour, a quick guide, a walkthrough on how I'm taking rainwater off my roof and then basically making that drinkable, which is amazing basically. As an example, I wanted to show what this thing is actually capable of doing. So essentially, I took a sample of pond water, which is just above my cabin. Captures maybe around 20 to 30,000 liters. We're not entirely sure, but it's something around that. And it's all rainwater. It's all coming off a roof further up. I can just demonstrate to you how clean the water comes afterwards. There's actually a full in-depth review that I already gave a lot of details about that, so I highly recommend look at the first one, and this is like part 2 follow-up. So I'm not going to go through all of the details, but essentially it creates this unit can create incredibly clean, pure water. So in an off-grid setting where you've got no other water source, like you don't have a bore, you don't have a well, you don't have maybe a stream or river or lake or anything like that, and all you have is maybe rain which falls on your roof, hopefully, then if you can store that in tanks and such, then actually you can use this water and you can actually drink it. But you do need to go through a couple of steps to do it, and actually this is quite on a budget, I would say. There are a couple of things also I want to mention about longevity, on how to improve the longevity of these filters. Recently I took a local ride, and then I hiked up my local mountain up to 3,000 meters. When I was going up there, I thought, why not get a sample of some of this mountain water? So I was at 2,800 meters, and it's ice melt, and it hasn't had time to actually remineralize itself down the mountain. So that's really interesting, is that the RO water through the RO membrane, which filters down to an incredibly fine level, you actually end up with almost the same ppm count, which is very interesting, and the texture and the taste is very similar, I could tell you. So you can see that this water, okay, which is, you have to take my word for it, this is actually harvested from the top of a mountain, and I get 10, which is really interesting. Look how low that is. So as we expect, the RO is doing incredibly well. It's getting, well, 7, which is incredibly low, okay? So this one is passing through the 2 mineral filters at the moment, and I'm getting 42, 43, which is good. So it's actually adding more minerals than harvested on the top of a mountain, which is very, very interesting. Now, why do you want to add minerals back into the water, right? So when you go through a reverse osmosis system, you get very pure water. It's almost like distilling water. It's not quite, but it is almost like distilled water, almost. It's demineralized. It strips out almost everything, like really, really fine. I've noticed that when you drink pure RO water, your mouth will basically salivate more, because I notice like my body wants to basically leach minerals from my body and put it into the water. So for me, it's a lot better on a long-term basis I was like, I need to find a solution to add minerals back into this pure water, because it's filtered it for me, because this is basically like an artificial kidney, if you think about it. What this thing does is it saves your kidneys, your organic filters inside of you, from having to do all of the heavy lifting on dirty water in an off-grid setting. So that's amazing. It does filter it down to a very fine level. And as I said, the problem with that is that you need to remineralize it. So that's why I highly recommend having a look at their remineralization filters that they now offer on their website. I tried as an experiment, I wanted to try and put 2 in series. So you can see up over here, I've actually got 2 running in series. I have a third party, and then I also have the one directly that comes from ITEHIL's version. So the benefit of running 2 mineral filters together is that you're basically increasing the contact time of the very pure water to have more minerals go through it. So I noticed that when I run one mineral filter, I might get a ppm of like 16 to 20, so it's still quite low. And then if I run two together, I might get around 34 to 43. So it's much higher. And I have seen even as high as 74 and 75 when I first installed them. So this setup, when you run two together, is highly worth doing because you increase the contact time of the water. Maybe even having 3 or 4, it's up to personal preference. When you do this, it basically adds trace minerals back into the water. So it's only trace minerals. So if you want it to be fully mineralized, a bit like tap water, or because most tap water, municipal tap water in my area is much higher. It's got high amounts of calcium in it, but it's like around 200 to 150. It's incredibly high on the ppm count, my TDS meter. And this one is only adding about 40 to 30, right? Now, when it comes to taking out larger quantities, I think it's more efficient because it does a cleaning cycle on the first run. And then every time you take a liter out, you get more mineralized water, but you're also losing some water each time you do that. So if you take a larger quantity, it'll be more efficient. The downside is I've noticed that you're basically reducing the mineral count because the minerals are not having as much contact with the water. So you can choose what you feel would be the best setup for you. If you want to have this pure water, I really highly recommend that you're going to need to use mineralization filters. That's just me, because I feel like it's better for human health, long story short. Even if it adds trace minerals, it's better than not having it entirely. Like if you have no minerals in it, the water is extremely pure. So you need to make sure that you're getting enough minerals in your diet and having enough salts in the day. And I can tell you with the heat wave that we've been dealing with in southern France, I can tell you, you really want to make sure your minerals are up high. So we're going to get 42 today, and hopefully it'll start to come down the next couple of days. But it's been really brutal, actually. And we're trying to like be very conservative on water at the moment. We also haven't had rain for like almost a month now. It's like very unusual. Being conservative with your water is totally understandable, which is why I'm taking large batches of water each time. But a liter, I can tell you the taste, there is a taste difference. I would say generally, overall, the taste has been improved with using one mineral filter. So even just having one is totally worth it. But if you can afford to get two, you would get even more contact time. This is also a very efficient system when it comes to power. I've tried water distillation. I can tell you that uses way more power than using this kind of system. I'd like to give a small tour of my setup so that you understand what I'm dealing with and how I'm doing it. And I have a couple of tricks and tips about how to extend the lifespan of the filters inside of this unit. Because if you just use the unit as is, which is totally possible by the way, you don't need to add any of this if you don't want to. The unit works flawlessly without it. Personally, I've made a lot of modifications to the unit, so I'd like to walk you through those modifications. So let's just start off with the unit itself, as you can see here. I've even been considering about the idea about maybe adding even a third stage, so that would be a carbon filter. I actually tried putting it through my Berkey system here once, and I was actually really quite amazed by the taste that it was giving. So yeah, I'm very curious to eventually also try maybe putting a third stage carbon filter and seeing what that's like. I'll let you know in the comments because I'm waiting for that in the mail. Down over here, I've got a kind of weird setup going on down over here, and I'll explain that in a minute. But let's go around the back and I'll show you where I collect my water. Cheeky bugger. I was going to drink that. So I have water being collected on one side of the roof and it goes into the tank, as you can see. Right, then I have another tank on this side that's collecting some water. I do have some new filters that I want to test out. I'm not going to be using that soya filter in the future, but that's the current setup where it's been filtering down. And actually that filter I think is fine. It's filtering down to a 2 finer level. And then we're ending up with this water down here. Okay, there's very little in there. It's almost completely empty actually. So this tank over here is holding about 300 liters. This one is pretty clean. This filters it through. I mean, my filter's starting to get kind of clogged up, so it's not as clean, I think, from when it was originally. You can see in there. Okay. Plastic boxes that are holding some minerals limestone. That's just limestone. So it flows through these pipes over to here, and then over there we have a tiny little 12-volt pump, and that's running on just 12-volt power. It's just got a switch on it. Pumps it up through a sort of, I'm just using garden plumbing, you know, it's not protected against frost, so just keep that in mind. And then my water comes up to this tap here. So what I do is, it's a very simple system really. I just turn on that pump there, and then if I turn this on, I'm getting water, okay? So this is the interesting part. I made some modifications to my pipe that comes originally with the unit, this clear pipe. Now, the thing I don't like about a clear pipe is the fact that basically algae can grow inside of it. So I've kind of stopped using that now. So I'm using this grey pipe, and as you can see, no light is coming through it. So that's why I use that grey pipe. Now, I managed to adapt it onto this one and there. If you have the budget for it, you could also just use this one. So it's very, very, very fine. This is basically, this is used for kidney dialysis actually, which is very interesting. If you open one of these up, so this is what it looks like inside. This is the copy one, but you can see that there is hollow fibers inside. They're all bundled up. And then on the other side, there's like an epoxy that holds them together. So I don't recommend doing this if you don't know what you're doing, and if you're not prepared to do some DIY. And the main thing about this setup is it allowed me to connect it to my existing plumbing system. But again, I want to stress this, that, you know, don't use this as a template. It's just me showing you how I use it with my system. Another thing I'm thinking about doing is, if these don't last so long, then I might just put it back to the way I had it before, which is like hooked up like this. Again, this is not for everybody, this trick. You don't need to do this. It's just me wanting to extend the lifespan of my filters. Is the entry point around the back there. So it comes into the unit and it's already pre-filtered. So I'm extending the lifespan of the filters. But we've got two filters. We've got the hybrid filter, which does the back flushing, and it can also be used for cleaning if you wanted to, but I wouldn't recommend drinking that. And then the RO one is over there, okay? So it goes through that one, then it pushes it through to the next one. And then over here, I've changed the piping. The original piping is blue and white, but fortunately you can tell the difference because it's marked very clearly. I can also remove this out if I wanted to, but also the USB-C is just here. So I have this connected up to my off-grid setup, and that's just using a standard USB-C cable, and you can see it says it's charging. Okay. Now, apparently, it'll warn you when the filters need to be changed. I've not had it mention anything about that yet. I guess you'll eventually taste when the water starts to not feel like it's doing its job. And then up over here, we've got the ITEHIL mineralization filter. I'll do a quick demonstration. So I've actually got my pump on at the moment. So all I do is I press the on button, because it goes through a cleaning cycle at the beginning. And then it'll make a sound that it's going through. Now, some people have mentioned that they've had problems with their units. I've not had a problem with mine. I always keep the battery topped up, personally, and I've never had a problem with it so far. You can see it just doing its thing there. Yay, clean drinking water. It's cool, isn't it? So hopefully that gives you some ideas about what you can do in your off-grid setup, whether you're in a van or a cabin like me, or a tiny house or whatever. I'm still working out to make improvements here and there. I want to keep testing out the unit. It adds minerals back in. It tries to balance out the pH as well, which I've already done tests on that in the past. So you can have a look at that full in-depth review. The third-party filter that I tested, the pH definitely changed when I used that. So I highly recommend using it just to bump up your pH. Is totally worth doing, because you don't want to drink, you know, very acidic water all the time. I highly recommend try and make that water alkaline. You can also add minerals into the water if you wanted to by mineral drops as well, if you really wanted to do it like that. I don't do it like that. I've just been using these mineral filters. So overall, I've been drinking this water and I've been actually just fine personally. So I can definitely say like this system actually works as long as you use those mineral filters to add some minerals back into the water. I still drink occasionally tap water. I think it's good for my health to drink regular tap water as well, because the tap water we have is actually extremely good and it's just from my neighbor. However, for cooking and for drinking overnight, this is fantastic. This actually works really well. You can see even my cat likes drinking this water as well. It works. So I can definitely vouch that this is actually a pretty decent system that does do what it says on the tin. And it's actually reasonably priced. So you can have a look down below for the affiliate links. There's a coupon code and you can get some money off on your unit if you want to get one of these ones. This is a very viable option if you really don't have like another option. This is definitely something you want to have a look at. Hopefully that helps you with your buying decisions, and stay subscribed for future videos.